there was in the late 19th century, there was somewhere in the East Coast, a dark, rainy night, cold and windy and blowy. And this man, who was then a young boy, he later became a well-known American author, and I forget his name, but was there. He was probably 8 or 9 years old. He was there all by himself, well, not all by, with his grandmother. And comes this heavy knock on the door, and the grandmother goes and opens the door, and there is a big hulking man, sopping wet, not looking too friendly, at the door. And she said, "Oh, please come in. You look tired and hungry. Please come in. We'll get you something to eat." And he came in, and she said, "Well, you have wet clothes. My husband isn't here, but I have some of his clothes, and you could change into them and dry yours by the fire, and we'll make dinner." And she did that. And then a little bit later, she looked at him and she said, "You know, you look like you're frightened." And that was all. That she didn't go into it any more than that. Just left it. So they had dinner and they sat down by the fire. And then she and her grandson went to sleep by the fire. When they woke up the next morning, the man was gone. Later, some kind of neighbors or authorities or sheriff or something came by and said, "Oh, have you seen this person?" And they described him, that he had been going around and killing people. He had gone from one house to another in this valley or this part of and knocked on doors and just murdered everybody. Went on to the next farmhouse, did the same thing. Theirs was the only one that he didn't do that. And I think it was her love, her compassion, and her, in a sense, you could call it forgiveness, her non-judging of him. She just saw him as somebody who was suffering and needed what she could offer him. And she did.